This video was made possible by Massdrop. Massdrop is a community-driven group buy site where you can get great deals on keyboards, headphones, microphones, etc. There's actually a dedicated pro audio category, and there are constantly group buys of high-quality condenser microphones and other audio accessories. Use the link in the description to go check it out for yourself. I don't show you guys a lot of behind the scenes on this channel, and as a result, a lot of you probably don't know the video and audio equipment I use to make these videos, and I know a lot of you are interested in that. So in this video, I'm going to go over my complete audio setup, from the things I use to record to the speakers I use to listen to that. And if you guys find this interesting, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll do another video on my video setup, or I could do other behind the scenes stuff. Just let me know in the comments, and depending on how the feedback is, maybe I'll do more. Now before I start, I want to mention that not all of these are the best options for the money, but I have used all of them and they are tried and true. And a lot of you may also notice that I don't have a shotgun microphone, and in my mind, or at least the way I'm justifying that, is that the shotgun microphones become very worth it when you spend a lot and get a pro-grade shotgun mic, which I'm not opposed to doing in the future, but for now, I'm satisfied. So let's start with the audio stuff I'm using right now to record in live recording and in all of my videos. The microphone I'm using is right here. It is the Audio-Technica AT899. The microphone alone costs about $240 on Amazon, but if you want to get it with this battery converter, which is to power the microphone, it costs $400 through Audio-Technica. It also does accept phantom power if you're into that and want to do that instead of a battery power. And then this audio recorder is the Tascam DR40. Plugging this microphone into the recorder instead of straight into the camera makes it sound a lot better, so much better, because the amp inside of most cameras is very bad. And although I do have to match it up and sync the audio in post in the video editor in Premiere, it is definitely worth it for that added sound quality. Alright, so moving on to voiceover gear, this is my main voiceover microphone. This is the Editor's Keys SL600. You can pick it up for about $300 from Editor's Keys. And the arm it has on right here, I don't know what the specific arm is, but it's just a boom desk mount. You can get one on Amazon for like 35 bucks. I'll link everything in the description below. And so this is what I'll use for voiceover if I'm sitting at my desk. But if I'm doing something for a sponsor, just a little bit more serious of a voiceover, I come over here. This is the Editor's Keys Portable Vocal Booth Home Edition. And you see this foam padding, it helps deaden the sound. I'll include an audio sample later in the video, but it helps deaden the sound so you get a much better voiceover sound. You can pick the booth up for about $150 from Editor's Keys, and then the microphone I'm using in here is also from Editor's Keys. They hook it up. This is the Editor's Keys SL150. It's not as nice as the SL600, but it is good enough, especially when used with this booth. And then, so you can get that mic for about $140. And then this pop filter. Again, I don't know the exact brand of the pop filter. Most pop filters work in the same way. You can pick one up on Amazon for like 20 bucks. I'll link one in the description below. And as an overall setup, this sounds really good for voiceovers. Alright, so here's my other mic gear, starting with the Shure SM58. I use this when I go to like a live show. Well, I probably would use this microphone now, but in previous live shows I used this, and it's just a microphone without the foam head. It looks like that, and then there's just this box on it. This is what the microphone looks like with nothing on it. And then I also have an old audio recorder, the Zoom H2N, because I used this before I had an XLR input. That's why I have the bigger audio recorder, the Tascam DR40, because I needed an XLR in. This takes just a 3.5 millimeter in, so you could use this with any microphone that terminates in a 3.5 millimeter. And then that sums it up for the audio in, or like microphone portion of this video. Alright, so now onto the things that I listen to when I'm listening to this audio. So for over-ear headphones, for the most part, I use the Bose Quiet Comfort 15s. They have really nice noise cancellation. They cost between like $250 and $300. I think they're very comfortable, and they might not be the most accurate sounding headphones ever, but I really like listening to these. And I might seem like a Bose fanboy, but for in-ear headphones, I use the Bose SoundTrue in-ear headphones. They cost about 100 bucks. I swear by these things. One of the best audio purchases I've ever made. Moving on to speakers, I'm using the M Audio AV40s. These are the speakers that I use when I need an accurate response to see how the sound really is. They are actually relatively inexpensive. You can get them for like $140 on Amazon. It's actually the newer version. They're the AV42s on Amazon now, and you can get them for about $140, and that's a pretty good deal. Then most importantly, perhaps, is the audio amp and DAC I use. It's the FiiO E10. It's this little small thing, and it basically takes the audio from your computer, makes it sound a lot better, and then a lot cleaner, and then puts it into your speakers or headphones or whatever you're using, and it's a huge improvement on that audio quality. It costs like $75 on Amazon, and I think it's one of the best pickups you could do for a computer desk setup. Alright, so thus begins the sound test portion, because what's the point of showing you all this audio equipment if you can't hear the difference it makes? So right now you're hearing what you always hear me on, which is the AT899. Right now you're hearing me on the camera audio that absolutely sucks, and you can see why I'm obviously using the AT899 most of the time. But now we're going to switch over to this microphone. Let me just record it real quick. Alright, so now you're hearing me on about a voiceover length. This is like how, obviously I'd be sitting down when I'm doing this for real, but for the purpose of the video, I put the arm up, and now you're listening to me talking to the Editor's Keys SL600. So this is about what it sounds like. I don't use a pop filter on this when it's on my desk, and I don't have the booth around it. But speaking of the booth, let's go see how that sounds. Alright, shortcut there. For the sake of consistency, I actually took the SL600 and brought it over there so you can see exactly what difference the booth makes, not just the change in microphone. So I have it set up, so I'm just going to click record here. Alright, so now I'm going to talk into the booth. Again, the point of this foam is like deaden the sound. Hopefully it sounds better. So here we go. Now I'm talking into the Editor's Keys SL600 and the Vocal Home Booth Edition, Vocal Booth Home Edition from Editor's Keys as well. Hopefully you can hear the difference that the padding is making. It should deaden all the echo, and it should just make it sound like a pure voice. And hopefully you guys can tell the difference, because it is an $150 product. I think it definitely sounds good, and it is portable, and you can just spread the wings like this. So if for some reason you need it wide, you can make it wide, or you can hug them in, and that should deaden the sound theoretically a little bit more. Alright, so hopefully you guys could tell the difference between those three audio samples. Again, I took the same mic, so that was the same exact microphone, but with the booth instead of just in the open. So that's been my audio setup. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, especially like my video setup. Thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.